Yes, so Monday morning, finished on the treadmill, didn't go to the gym. As I mentioned, my morning routine was throughout the window. However, this is the office for the day, and I've got Ray. This is the first time she's featured on here. This is my wife, the better half.
Hello guys.
Give us a little intro.
Like what?
People don't know who you are.
They do. If they know you, they know me.
No, they're not going to know. Not necessarily going to know me. A lot of the people on YouTube.
Oh, okay. My name's Ray. I'm Justin's wife. I'm 32 years old.
We're not on Take That.
I don't know what else to say. I'm a Forest fan.
Yeah, is that it? So that's Ray. She basically runs the ops of the company and all the stuff that I don't want to deal with, like the admin stuff, solicitor stuff, tenant stuff, and I'm the driver. So I drive the business forward, finding new deals, finding funds, finding people to train. So I'm creating like a load of chaos, and Ray's just sat in the background making sure that it's no longer chaos, and she figures all that out. So I'm very lucky to have her doing this with me. So what I want to show you is the office that we normally work from. So this is the office we're working from today, which is just our kitchen. Ray's looking to see if there's anything messy around. I can see.
There never is.
There never is. So what I want to show you is the normal office. So this is where we'd usually work from. When I say usually, sometimes. So what we have here is a nice chess piece, right? And this is actually a king, because I'm the king of the castle. Yeah, I am the king of the castle. We've got this is actually a bullhorn. Bullhorn? No, I don't think it is. I don't know what it is, but it's the horn of some sort of animal. We've got a chessboard over here because I'm a massive chess fan. I play it every day. I'm actually very good. So if anyone who's watching this is also good and you want walloping, let me know because I will give it to you. We've got some books there. Some of my favourite books, the ones that are out. Got a couple more books here. More books there. I won't show you too much of this, but we've got our goals there at the bottom. And then what we have here is a vision board. So what we want out of life. Yeah, and that's super important to me. Yeah, because when I'm feeling shit, when things aren't going my way, when we have a little bit of turbulence in the business, it's very important for me to connect to what matters. Yeah, and what matters is where we want to get to. So I highly recommend everyone does that. And the normal person, when I say the normal person, I mean the average person, which gets up and goes to work every day and lives for the weekend and then is looking forward to like Fridays and dreading Sundays because Monday's around the corner. I think the thing that they're missing, in my opinion, I might be totally wrong when I say this, but what they're missing is a vision. What they're missing is where's the destination? What is it that they're doing it for? Most people don't think about what they want, right? So when you're not focusing on what you want, half the time you're focusing on what you don't want. And what you focus on expands. So that's my thoughts for the day. So I've actually got a business partner popping around soon for a coffee. We're actually buying that pub today. When we buy it, I'm actually going to go around there this week and I'm going to do a little vlog while we're in the pub and I'm going to show you how to pull a pint. No, I'm not. I'm going to show you what we're doing with it, talk some numbers, talk the plans. I'm sure there'll be a few little other things that we do during the week as well. So, in fact, let me just show you my fish. Shall I show them the fish tank, Ray?
No, because that is disgusting.
Ray don't want me to show you the fish tank because it's green. Now, anyone who owns fish knows it's hard to own fish because they're dirty buggers. They have a shit and they don't clean it up, but they do try and eat it. So I'll show you, I'll show you from a distance because then it don't look green from a distance. Here it is. Here's the fish tank. Yeah, I'm not sure if I don't know how to zoom on here. I'm not sure if you can, which is probably a good thing. But me and Ray are parents to 13 fish. Isn't that true, Ray?
R.I.P. Saka. We lost one of our fish, Saka, last week actually.
Yeah, we actually had a bit of like a get together at the weekend, like what would we call it? Is it like?
It was Mother's Day. It was not a memorial.
It wasn't Mother's. It was Mother's Day, but we was all getting together to mourn for the fish that died. Saka, R.I.P. He was my actual favourite fish. So yeah, follow us to where we go next. I don't know where that's going to be, but you're soon going to see. Let's go. Yes. So we've just done, this is still Monday, what we've just done is HMO club mentoring session. Now what we do every 2 weeks is a session with multiple property investors and we teach them exactly what we do, step by step, hold them accountable, and it's what we enjoy doing, right? We're teaching them, they're getting some really good results, and we do this every 2 weeks. So if anyone is interested, drop us a message and we'll see what we can do. How did you think the call went, Ray?
That's my better side, so I think the call went well. We did about lettings, so on the back end, so they learnt about the systems we use, the processes, and then what are you doing?
Sorry.
A bit of a mastermind session.
Good session. Every 2 weeks we do that. So if anyone wants to get involved, let us know, drop us a message. And then tomorrow what we're going to be doing is completing on the pub. I thought that was going to be today. So I'm going to give you some information on what that is, what our plan is with it. So I'll see you in the morning.
And tell them where we're off to now.
Oh, so we've just finished the session. And this is my dinner. Right, open the lid. Look at that.
We call this the what-I meal.
We call this the what-I meal.
Oh, it smells so good.
Because it's nice and spicy, and when you eat it, it makes you say what-I. And this woman's just pulled up next to me. She wants to race, but little does she know I'm in a very fast car, so unlucky for you, buddy. It's your bad day. So yeah, I'm going to be eating that because I'm on a diet. We'll go Turkey in a couple of weeks, golf holiday. Here we go. Let's see what you got. Yep, see ya. So yeah, I'll go Turkey in a few weeks. So I'm on a diet, and Ray, what are you eating? Where we're going?
We're going to McDonald's, and I'm going to get a McChicken sandwich. It's to celebrate the call ending.
Is it painful? Is that painful? You got to celebrate it ending?
I don't really like doing stuff like that. So for me, this.
No,
is
Ray
a
enjoys
reward.
it. We do enjoy it.
I do enjoy it.
It's
but,
really good
yeah.
to help others, but obviously it can take a lot of like mental capacity to also help others.
And we
as
miss
well.
our dinner time, don't we? So that's why we're going for it.
Yeah.
What really happened is I ate this healthy meal, and Justin ate a McDonald's, the little fat pig.
That's not true. I actually ate the healthy meal, and then Ray left some chips. So the thing is, calories don't count if you didn't buy them.
But you did buy them.
Oh yeah. Calories don't count if the meal wasn't yours. That's right, innit?
Yeah, that's
So-
the rule.
These final chips don't count. Let's go. So today's Tuesday, and I'll be honest, it's not really too much going on today, so there's not really going to be much recording, although we are completing on the pub today. And then later on in the week, I'm going to show you around the pub, yeah? Take you for a little tour. But one thing I do want to show you is we had our friends slash business partners slash mentors come to our house yesterday. Just had a quick catch up, had a nice cup of tea, had a coffee, and the talented Bonnie has made me a what do I call this? Hand drawn photo. Ray, what do I call? What's this picture that Bonnie's done? What's it called? Hand painted. So she's hand painted me a drawing. Is it a drawing? Class as a drawing? Oh, hand painted painting. Right, it's a hand painted painting, right? And I want to show you because she's very talented. She's took a long time doing this, and it is worth every second. Yeah, and it's very nice of her. This is a very, very thoughtful gift, and there's some reasoning behind why she's done this. So, look at this bad boy. Bosh. Wow, look at that. So I pull out the camera. Let me turn on some light so you can see it. Look at that. Yeah, that is me. That is a Ferrari. That is my license plate. That is proper. Look at that. I'm very proud of that. But when I say proud, I'm proud of Bonnie for making me that. Thank you so much, Bonnie. That is very appreciated. And that's going to be put on the wall somewhere. But for the time being, it's going to sit centre of the office. Yeah. The sentiment behind it is Bonnie knows I'm a very visual person, right? You guys have seen I've got a vision board there. And everything that we currently have, so the house that we sat in, the cars that we drive, the things that we do, the places we visit, has been manifested, it's been planned out in my mind many, many years ago. So 5, 6, 7 years ago, I sat down and I said, this is exactly what I want. Here is the plan to get it. And every morning since, I've been writing it down. Every single morning. What is it I want in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? What is it I want out of life? And I manifest that. And I don't just write it down and think, oh, it's going to come to me because I've written it down. That's not how it works. But step number one, in my opinion, is actually knowing what you want and writing it down. And then from there, then you can start setting some goals. You can start setting some targets and you can make a plan. Yeah. If you've not got that vision, you can't plan anything because where's the end destination? Yeah. So behind the photo, is she knows that's what I want, right? She knows I want a Ferrari. She knows I'm a very visual person, and she knows that's going to be something that I look at every day. And she's actually going to date it. And what we're going to do is have another photo when I'm actually stood next to the Ferrari. Yeah, when I buy one and it's sat on the drive, I'm going to stand there with this photo and say, thank you very much, Bonnie. You knew it was going to happen. You had the faith in my abilities to make that happen. And now look, I'm stood next to it. So what an amazing gift. Proper. Let's go, guys. In fact, what we're going to be doing now as well is our business partner Reese is coming around. And we're going to be planning out the next HMO club. So we run something called the HMO club, which is group mentoring for a hand select few people. We do this every 2 weeks. I think I might have discussed this. And we're launching this again in July. So this vlog is actually going to be out in the middle of April. So if any of you guys watching this are interested and want to learn from us and learn how we built a portfolio and how you guys can do the same too, then drop us a message, comment on the video, drop us your email address, and we'll get some details sent across to you. Let's all create financial freedom together. Let's go. Yes, guys. So I'm here with the main man himself. Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend. That is Reese. Right, here he is. Yes. Let's go. Yes. So I mentioned we've got a business partner on the HMO club, and this is the guy. And what we're doing at the minute is just plotting how we can help as many people as possible, give them as much value as possible. Like I said, we've got another intake on the HMO club in July. It's going to be another 6-month program, and yeah, we just want to give as many people value. Yeah, just help as many people get to where it is that they want to get to, because we've all been in probably a similar position to everyone who's watching this, and we know how to get from where you are to where you want to get to. So that's what we're really passionate about, and that's what we're going to be doing, isn't it, guys? Yes. Let's go. Yes, guys. They were part of the vlog, yeah. What are we doing tonight then? What are we doing?
Game on, innit?
This is just a week in the life of a property investor. What are we doing?
Oi.
Enzo. Come on, this is my little mate. What are we doing tonight, boy?
Going Forest.
We're going where?
Forest.
Who are they playing?
Manu.
Who's going to win? Who?
Odds.
Who's us? Manu?
No, Forest.
Let's go. So we're here in the ground. Huh? Mike?
The ground.
Yeah. Enzo. Ray. Big Mike. Let's go. Yes, guys, happy Wednesday. So today is the day, hopefully, that we are completing on the pub/commercial conversion. I've mentioned this a few times now. Obviously we've got planning rejected, but we're still going to buy it. We're gonna do it anyway because we've got faith in getting an appeal through, and if not, then we can change the scheme, and we've got faith we're gonna get some sort of scheme through. And we've had really good news from our architect slash planning consultant slash appeal consultant. But what popped up on my Facebook this morning was me and Ray in the trenches, yeah? So I posted it. There's a picture of me and Ray in our office, which is our living room table, which was a very modest 3-bedroom townhouse, sending landlords letters. Now here's the thing, we've been doing this for a very long time. Yeah, we never knew it was going to be get rich quick. Yeah, but we had a massive dream, and that dream is sometimes very, very hard to believe in. Yeah, and not just believe in the dream, but believe in yourself achieving whatever it is that you want to get to. And that's something I've never been short of. I've never, ever, ever been short of self-belief, and I'm super confident in my abilities, and that's why it wasn't that hard for me. So back then I was writing my goals. 2019, I was writing what I wanted. And what I wanted then is currently what I have now, and I knew I was going to achieve them. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, I just think I've just got something inside me, right, which I'm like, I know I'm just destined for more, and I know I can achieve more. But two, I had Ray, yeah, and Ray's always been the one believing in me, believing in what we do, and just knowing that the hard work that we put in, the sacrifices, because there were some big sacrifices, are going to be rewarded. So when I have someone there who believes in me, obviously that props up my own self-belief, and it just gives me that little bit of a kick. And it's like, look, this person believes in me, I can't let this person down, I can't let myself down, I can't let my family down. So that's where it all comes from. So That's what I call the trenches, guys. I call the trenches when you've got little around you, you've got little resources, you've got little money to pump into whatever it is that you want to do. And a lot of people also have little self-belief. So you've got to build on that every single day. Now, building on belief comes from making promises to yourself that you stick, creating daily habits, and doing what you say you're going to do. Because if you stop doing what you say you're going to do and you start breaking promises to yourself, then that's when you have no self-belief, right? Because you're telling yourself you're going to do something and then you don't do it. So if you don't believe in yourself, how is anyone else going to believe in you? Let's fucking go. Yes, guys, so I know it's another boring video of me sat in the kitchen, but this is what a week looks like in the eyes of a HMO developer or HMO developers, because Ray is over there just set a fire, which is actually not going up that good. I want to show you what property developers eat. This shite. Sorry, Ray. Sorry. I am Gordon Ramsay. I'm sorry, I had chicken and rice.
But you didn't what?
I didn't cook it, no, but you're eating ham toasted. Nothing wrong with ham toasted, by the way, guys. I don't want to offend the ham toasted lovers. And I promise you, there's going to be more exciting stuff coming up in the week, but I want to show you what I'm doing. I'm currently analysing my quarter goals. So what we have every single year, me and Ray will have a meeting, a boardroom meeting in the office. We have got an office I've shown you, and we'll go through what we want to achieve over the year. Not what we want to achieve over the year, what we will achieve over the year, because we do it every single time, because we have a formula that works. So once we've got that, then we break it down into quarters. And to keep us accountable to that, we use a book called This Is My Year of Planner. Highly recommend buying these. This keeps us accountable every single quarter. So what we do is we break our goals, what we want over the year, into goals or targets that we want to hit over the quarter. So I'm just analysing the way last quarter went, and I want to read some of the goals and whether we hit them and whether we didn't. So there was to get planning on the pub. We didn't get planning on it. To get planning on a project called Grimsby, which is in Nottingham. We didn't get planning on it. So we had to pull out of that one, unfortunately. And then it was also to get planning on another project of ours, which is a 9-bed HMO. Tick, we got that. So then the other goal was to complete on Grimsby. We had to pull out of that one, unfortunately. The 9-bed, complete on that. Yes, we got that. Completing a project which was another 6-bed. We haven't completed on that yet, but we are soon. Another 6-bed, yes. Another 6-bed, yes. And then the pub, which we're completing on this week. So we hit most of them goals, 90%. Another one was to get 3 buy-to-lets accepted and 2 in the pipeline. Big tick. So we got them, and the 2 that are in the pipeline, we actually got 3. So we've got 6 in the pipeline now, which we're going to be completing on soon. So that's all in this quarter, yeah? 6 buy-to-lets in this quarter. That's how we fucking do it. Agree a block of flats, so buy maybe an old commercial building and convert it to a block of flats. We didn't get that done. Raised 200k investor funds. We had a discussion this morning. We actually raised £235,000 investor funds this quarter. Let's go. And then to put steps in place to run the next HMO club, which is launching on the 1st of July. If you want information, let us know. But yes, we had a meeting yesterday with our business partner, and we put steps into place. We know what value we're giving everyone. We know what price point. We know what we want to give everyone in terms of knowledge, information, and how we're going to help them. So yeah, we're all on track for that. And then to be my healthiest, fittest self, that's going to take an X, because I ate well, not well enough. Trained well, definitely trained well. I've got a new gym partner. Big up Luke Skywalker. Yes, Ray. Luke Skywalker. Not from Star Wars, is the Nottingham version. Big muscly guy. It's my new training partner. So I got a treadmill in my outhouse. You've seen that, and I do a lot of that. So yeah, got some holidays coming up. Need to get in shape. But I promise you, the next video you see, which is going to be in a second, it's going to be even more exciting than this one, because we've just been sat in our kitchen so far. But I want to keep it real, and that is what the life of a property developer looks like, right? In our office, working, grinding, in the trenches. Let's go. That's just how it is sometimes. A little bit boring sometimes, but I do want to start showing you some more exciting stuff. Come on. Guys, yeah? Listen, I told you this is a week in the life of a property investor, and I'm actually on a call with my coach, Sam Riano, who holds me accountable to absolutely everything I do. This guy's the engine in the background. But what I want you to do is just, anyone who's watching who's not involved in the Freedom Warriors and doesn't know about accountability and goal setting and stuff, just very quickly, what is it you're doing? How can people get involved? Because there's going to be a lot of people watching this who need to get involved.
Perfect. That's a great question. You know me already, baby. I don't do not sales plug or anything like that. But I can tell you straight away one thing. Today is the 2nd of April, 2025. Most people will not even look back at the last 3 months, very first quarter of the year. Now, you're going to be fucking mad for what I'm about to say. Because behind the I've been busy and all the kind of excuses everybody make, you know, you didn't do shit. And that is the truth. If you get mad, if you get triggered about it, you know it's probably because it's true. But what I learned from my first quarter or whatever is that you don't move forward without reflecting on what you've done. You don't grow without accountability. And sure as hell, nobody wins without a strategy. And that's why Freedom Warriors exists. So we give solopreneurs and property investors the structure, the support, and the system that most people avoid in order to hit their goals. That's what we do, baby. Rock and roll.
You heard it from the horse's mouth, and that's what we're jumping on this call to do. Analyse the previous quarter, set up the quarter coming up. This is the guy behind it all. This is the engine. Yeah, let's
Non-negotiable.
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 Non-negotiable. Let's go. Come on. Yes, guys. So, I'm about to show you our latest acquisition, and I promise on this video I'm going to take you around one of our HMOs that are in build. I'm going to show you what we're doing. I'll talk you through the numbers, show you the refurb, show you what's going on. I'm going to talk you through some numbers here, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not too sure. I've not looked at the spreadsheet in a while, but I do know we purchased this for £325,000, which sounds a lot, but it is Nottingham and it is Article 4. So 325 purchase. We are probably going to be spending between 100 and 150 on the refurb, because we don't need to do much internal work. We don't need to extend, we don't need to go into the loft. We're keeping the 9 bedrooms where they are. All we're doing is a bit of a rip out. We are going to be doing the rip out, and we're also going to be adding the en-suites and adding the studio style rooms into the house as well. So yeah, we're not actually doing much internal stuff. So yeah, 325k on the purchase. I don't like parking my cars in my car in these dodgy streets. 325 on the purchase, between 100 to 150 on the build. We're going to get a bridge on this, so we work direct with a lender, and that's who we're working with on this. But we have exchanged not on a bridge, although he did give us the option to complete if we wanted to, but we are not going to. And then we're going to be refinancing this for around £700,000. So I'm going to show it you now, because it's right in front of me. I've only been here once or twice, and there is actually a key to executing on these deals. We've managed to buy it so cheap because, as I mentioned, it is a 9-bed already in Article 4, but it had no planning permission. So what we had to do is obtain all of the evidence that it had been run as a 9-bed HMO for the past 4 years, and then put in a planning application, which is a certificate of lawful use. And then that got accepted, and then that's when we purchased it. So here it is. Here's the big beast. So we've got 1 bedroom there, another bedroom there. We've got a communal down here. We've got 3 bedrooms on this floor, and then we've got 3 bedrooms on the top. Is that correct? No, we've got 3 bedrooms on the ground, 3 on the middle, and then 3 in the top. So that's what makes it the 9 bedrooms. So this is sunny Nottingham. It's not the best location, if I'm going to be totally... it is a good location in terms of, it's not where I would want to live personally, but it's a very good location for students and professionals. So just looking at the front, no structural issues, no problems there. And then right on the side, obviously you can see who it was sold from, but it's a big chunk of a building. Got Veluxes on the top. We had the option to do dormers and make the rooms even bigger, but we just didn't need to do that. So for that reason, we haven't done it, because the key to these deals is, because the purchase price is so high, the refinance isn't too high, so you can't really be spending too much. So if you're looking at houses like this and you're having to extend, go into the loft, but you're not going to be able to create too much value compared to what it's going to be worth, then don't be spending the money on too much money on the build. So you got to really keep that refurb down if that is the case. Yes, guys, so today's Friday. I've been promising you all week I'm going to do some site visits, and I promise I'm going to do some site visits today. But what I'm doing is just at midday we're going to the golf range just to hit some balls, with a special guest that I'm bringing onto the podcast. Who may that be? So this is before I go to site visits later, by the way. I'm going to show you around some sites and what it is that we're up to. But who I have with me is a very good friend of mine and Ray's. One half of Aris Homes, so if you want to follow them, Aris Homes on Instagram. But this guy's going to give you an introduction. He's also, you're not camera shy, are you, Luke?
This guy's putting pressure on.
They like pressure.
This guy.
So this is also Luke from Nottingham. Luke is a property investor as well. He's got buy-to-lets, he's done HMOs before. So Luke, I've got one question for you. Tell the audience, because this is just going to be anyone, yeah? Who you are, what it is that you're currently doing, and what it is you are looking to do.
Yes, guys.
Come on.
So I'm Luke, as Justin mentioned, one half of Aris Homes and Property. It's me and my fiance Sherelle. We've got a couple of offers in at the minute, mixtures of flats and HMOs. They're our main two priorities at the minute. We've got some funds available, but we are in the process of raising funds for one of these purchases. So yeah, we're keeping the eye on the market, leveraging this guy's knowledge a little bit for some guidance.
Of course.
And yeah, we're just trying to make some big moves this year. So,
and also keep your eyes peeled, because I'm going to be doing these vlogs all year, and what you are going to see is we're going to collaborate at some point, and we're going to do maybe a block of flats, maybe a couple of blocks of flats, and what we're looking to do is some commercial to residential conversions. We've already viewed some, we've already been putting in some offers in some, so there's going to be some big naughty stuff. And come back to this video when we're taking you around one of the big commercial conversions. Maybe it might be 6 flats, 7 flats, 8, who knows, but it's going to be exciting stuff. So it's Friday afternoon and I'm just wrapping up the week. I will be doing a little bit of work over the weekend, but just not too much. So I'm trying to give you some Friday thoughts really. I'm just on my way to one of our sites, 6-bedroom HMO in Nottingham. It was previously 2 flats. I'm just going to check on the progress, make sure everything's running smoothly, just how it should be, make sure the builders have done this week what they said they was going to do, and yeah, just a little bit of a general check-in, and then I may check out some of the other sites as well. So currently we have 3 live sites, so they're all 6-bedroom HMOs. We've got another one we've completed on, which is the 9-bed, but yeah, obviously the refurb on that one isn't starting anytime soon. So just a little bit of a walkthrough for the one that I'm visiting. So this was 2 flats. Now I want to give a little bit of value here, a little bit of knowledge, right? So when you've got 2 flats, right, you've got 2 C3 units, especially if they've been converted maybe a long time ago, or they've had the planning permission and they've been like converted the right way. So this was 2 C3 units and we wanted to do a 6-bed HMO. Now this is outside of Article 4, so but just on the outskirts, yeah, just on the outskirts of Article 4. So we wanted to convert it into a C4. C4 is HMO up to 6 people. So for us to do that, usually outside of Article 4, you've got permitted development rights, and your permitted development rights include extending, they include going into the loft, and they include the conversion of C3 to C4. So but because it's 2 C3 units, it's not 1 C3 unit, which is residential. Your permitted development rights are removed. So what we couldn't do is go to C4, what we couldn't do is extend or go into the loft, because we had multiple C3s in the same block. So what we had to do was we had to put planning permission in to convert it back into 1 C3. Most people in this situation would have put in a planning application to convert it from the 2 flats to a C4 HMO, a 6-bed HMO, and that was what we wanted to do, but that wasn't the best way to get there. The best way to get there when you have got multiple flats and you're wanting to do a HMO, especially a 6-bed, is to put the planning application in to convert the 2 C3s into 1 C3. Yeah, so our planning application was simple. We want to convert these 2 flats into 1 house. Yeah, so the council are never going to say no to the house, because they're not losing like a community asset, if that makes sense. They're not losing housing and it going to a HMO. They just think it wants to go back into 1 house. So it's a very simple and easy application to get through, which is what we've done. And then once that gets accepted, you've got 1 C3 residential house. Lo and behold, you've got your permitted development rights back. So our planning application got accepted. So now we can run it as a house, C3. But now we're going to exercise on our permitted development rights, which is the conversion to a C4, going into the loft and also extending. So that's exactly what we're doing. 2 flats to a 6-bedroom HMO. We will be extending. We will be going into the loft. So yeah, I'm about to drive there. I'll show you around the site when I'm there. I'll show you exactly what it is that we're doing, and then I'll talk you some numbers. Let's go. Yes, we are here. We are at the HMO, the one I've been talking to you about all week and promising I was going to come and show you a little bit of a tour. Look at the trim, by the way. I've had a trim today. Is that looking good? Let's go. So this is the hard part, yeah, always. When we get to our houses, I never know what the password is, because we have so many and they're always changing. So I'm trying the password. Ah, come on. What is it? Let me just have a think. Guys, I'm gonna have to cut this a second while I try and break into my own house. Right, so I've just messaged my builder. We have a code. Let's go. Come on. Right, let me show you around. So this is what we have, guys. This previously, as you can see, we had a wall here, and this was flat 1. Yeah, so this was the entrance to flat 1, and this has now come out. So this was the walkway, this was the living room. That's been ripped out. Looks like we've got some big joists there, like a big joist frame, which is probably supporting the joists above, although I don't know why. Maybe the joists here aren't wide enough, so maybe they need a little bit of support in between, potentially. I'm not too sure, but it's something we'll figure out, or should I say something my builder will figure out. So then we walk through. We've got a cellar. Not much going on down there, to be honest. We've got no electric, so it's not that bright. And then we have this. Before was like the dining room, and then this was the kitchen. So as you can see, it's now all been ripped out, back to brick. Chimney breasts are starting to come down. And then this was their bathroom. Obviously, listen, we always give the builders the best toilet facilities on site, yeah, because you've got a lot of privacy here, because you've got a wall there and no one can see when you're taking a number 2. Obviously I'm joking, but that is what they use, and I'm not going to open the lid. So this is the downstairs. This was the downstairs flat, right? This was around 50 square meters. Now when we purchased this, because I said it was 2 flats, we had a couple of options. We got this at a really good price. We got this at 171, I believe, maybe 165. I feel like I should know, but I don't. Okay, so let's say 171. We had an option here because it was already 2 flats and it was in okay condition. So option 1, which is our preferred option, was to convert it into a 6-bedroom HMO. This will be 5 studios, it will be 1 ensuite, and obviously that was reliant upon the planning. But we had a backup option. The backup option, which was plan 2, was to keep it as 2 flats. Spend maybe 5-10 grand on the flats, bring them up to scratch a little bit, and then potentially do a title split, because the flats were probably worth £115,000 each. So in total that's 230k, and we was buying it around 170. So there's a £50,000 gap there. So we could have potentially created a bit of uplift by splitting the titles, adding a little bit of money, either refinancing or selling. But obviously we've gone with the HMO option, right? So what I'm going to do now, you've seen the rooms. What I'm now going to do is show you what we're going to do with the rooms. So this is going to be the downstairs, of course. I'm down here. We're going to have 2 bedrooms, and this is going to stay as an entrance for this bedroom. So this is all going to be one big studio. This is no longer going to be the entrance for the house, yeah? That's just the entrance for this bedroom. The entrance for the house is going to be around the side of the house. So this is where they're going to come down. They're going to come down here, and then they are going to walk into here. Yeah, so that's going to be the new entrance. So that's going to be studio 1, nice big size studio. Here where I'm stood is going to be a communal for 1 person, just 1 person. So there'll be 1 person sharing the cooking facilities in here, but there will still be washing machine facilities for the other 6 people. But they're going to have their own cooking facilities in the bedroom, so they won't need to use this. So then here, where we've extended, I'm going to show you the extension in a minute. That is going to be all through here. That's going to be knocked through. That's going to be studio number 2, and that's a really nice big studio. Yeah, so it's a nice big property, this one. It's a good one. It's a very good one. And that's what we like, the big ones, right? So we've got 2 studios down here. We've got the communal. We've got the entrance coming in here, like I mentioned, and then we're going to have a spiral staircase going up the middle of the house. So you're going to walk in, and then you're going to have a staircase going upstairs, and then upstairs into the loft, and that's where it's going to be located. So yeah, as you can see, these are big, intense refurbs. This is, I think this is costing around 190k. I may be wrong when I say that, but I don't think I am. But what I'm going to show you now, in a second, once these guys have walked past, is what we're going to be doing with the entrance and stuff, and what we're going to be doing with the externals. But this also didn't have any gas, yeah, so we've had to ring the gas supplier, and they've actually come out and fit a new meter and put a new gas supply in, and it wasn't even much. I can't remember how much it was, but we had an option of keeping it as all electric, but all electric is just the very expensive option, so it's not the one that we go with. So we've got gas installed, which is now here. They've had to come and run their pipe in here, put gas in there, so we've now got a supply. We are going to be changing the windows and doors, and then this is now going to become the entrance for the house. Electric meter is in there, and in fact, I mean, we can't open it, but there is 3-phase. And then we now have a gate here. This is actually new. Don't know who put this in, but it wasn't us. This is going to be the entrance, and this is the entrance to flat 2. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know where the key is, because there was only one key in the key safe, so I might not be able to get up there. I hope I can. So this is the new extension that we've created. This is all going to be a studio, and this is the new extension. Look at this. Look at this baby. Yeah, so that's all one studio. We've had to bring down the fence because we've extended, but the neighbours was fine with that, which is really good news. And then upstairs we're going to have 2 studios, and then we're creating a big dormer here, which we needed to get. No, we didn't need planning for that actually, so we're going to do a dormer from here, but it's also going to have an L shape coming out here, so we're going to have 2 bedrooms also up in the loft. And look at it, it looks nice. Yeah, I love buildings, I love property. I don't know why. Are you guys like me? Right, I used to always watch Homes Under the Hammer, right? I used to get back from work, when I was an electrician, watch Homes Under the Hammer, and I used to think to myself, I wish that was me. They're so lucky to be doing that. Yeah, they must have so much money, they must have got lucky, they must have inheritance. Yeah, and now I'm actually doing it. It's exciting, because I know that you don't need a lot of money to get into this. You've got to be good at raising money, but you don't need a lot of your own funds. I started with 3 grand in the bank, yeah, and I built a 12-13 million pound portfolio with just 3 grand. Yeah, I had literally 0 resources. Yeah, no rich family, no hand-me-downs, no friends who had a lot of money who could borrow with me, but I learned to raise funds. I learned to get good at social media, which is another reason why I'm on here on YouTube and you're watching me. Yeah, so hopefully you can pick up some tips and tricks to also do the same, and that's the reason why I wanted to set up this channel. Look at that sun on there, guys. It's been cold for a very long time. The sun's not been out too much, but let me stop waffling and let me try and get upstairs. Guess what, I found the keys. Let's take a look upstairs. Right, that key doesn't work. That key doesn't work. Let's go. Come on. Right, so this was the entrance to the upstairs flat. A little bit dark. Let me turn the light on. Look at this. I've got it all for you guys. I've got lights and everything. Yeah. Big up the GoPro. Big up the GoPro Hero 13, I think it is. Oh no, the lights just turned off. So, wow, okay, big space up here now. So this is going to be another studio, and this is not going to be here. We're just going to have a different style of staircase in the centre of the house, running all the way up. Let me turn the light on up there. Look at this, guys. I've got it all for you. Do you know what I mean? I've got it all figured out. So this is going to be a studio. The light's gone off again. So yeah, this is going to be the staircase right here. We're going to have a studio right here. So this is going to be studio number 3, and then we're going to have a studio from here all the way back to here. So it's also going to go above here, well not above here but through, so it's going to flow through. We're going to have the kitchen and the ensuite at the back, and the bedroom and living space there, and then we're going to continue upstairs with the dormer. So this bit is going to be squared off as a dormer, and then it's going to run all the way back above the outrigger. And that, guys, is the project that I've been telling you I'm going to visit all week. I hope you are entertained. I'm going to be honest, it's boring stuff. I hope you guys wasn't bored, but it is, to me, it's boring stuff. I've done so many of these, over 30 of these HMOs we've done over the past, well, we've been buying for 5 years. We've been in property for a lot longer than that, but in terms of buying and converting these HMOs, it's been a very long time. And I want to make these vlogs exciting. I want to keep you guys wanting to watch. So I want to be giving you guys value. So if you are watching this video and you've watched for this long, first of all, congratulations, because I know I can waffle on a little bit and I'm not actually that entertaining. Like, I just want to share what I'm doing. And if anything, for me, this is for me, yeah, because I get bored and I like to just share my thoughts. I like being on camera. And I like just expressing how I feel and show people what I'm doing. But also I like to help people. Genuinely, there's something in me which, I come from a pretty hard place. And what I mean by hard place is, like when we got into property, we didn't have much help. Yeah, we had no one around us who was doing it. Our family thought we was insane. I thought we was insane at one point. Everyone was telling us not to do it, be safe, stay in your job. Yeah, that's what people do. Well, that's what family members and friends do, and that's fine because that's wired into them, right? And they're just trying to keep us in a safe space and in a safe place, and they don't want to see anything wrong happen. However, we wanted more, yeah? And the people who do want more, it's so important to be helped because we didn't have any. It was tricky, it was hard. We had nights when Ray was crying in bed and saying, Justin, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, and I had to pull her out of a dark place because I could see where it is we could get to and where we wanted to get to and what we deserve and what she deserves, right? So yeah, we didn't have that help, and that's why I like helping people, because I know people can struggle. I know it can be hard. I know people come against a little bit of turbulence, a little bit of stress, feel like they're banging their head against the wall, and then guess what? They say, I may as well go back to work. It was easier. It's less stressful. Do you know what I mean? That's exactly what happens. Why am I doing all this for anyway? It's never going to work. My job was easier. There was less stress. I didn't actually mind it too much. Guess what? You did mind it, which is why you had a dream and why you started chasing it and why you wanted to go after whatever it is that you want. And that's where I don't like people getting to. I don't like people banging their head against the wall and then giving up, yeah? Because that's what happens. They do give up. 99% of people give up because it is not easy, and it is definitely not easy when you have no one there doing it with you, which is why I like to help so much. As you can tell, I'm really passionate about this. I genuinely do like helping people. I genuinely do like pushing people because I've come through the other side of that and I know what can be achieved. And what I'm currently achieving with my wife Ray is, it was planned. I knew we was going to get to this position, and I know we're just getting started, and that's why I'm so excited about whatever it is that we're working on. Yeah, and I know walking around sites, I'm probably not showing much enthusiasm, and it doesn't excite me. It can get boring, but I am excited because I know exactly where it is we're going. Yeah, and I like other people getting to that place as well, and inspiring them, and giving them the value, and giving them the knowledge and the accountability to get there. So that's what I want to use this channel for. I just want to help. So what I will say is, if you have watched this far, tell me what you want to see, yeah? Tell me what knowledge you want to acquire. Tell me what you want to see on these videos. Tell me if it's site tours, whether it's me in the office and talking about certain subjects and helping people that way. So you let me know, and I'll try my hardest to do it, yeah? So thank you for watching. I don't think you're going to see any more of me in this vlog. It's probably going to run on to next week because I do want to make this a weekly thing. So that being said, let's fucking go, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And guess what? Like, follow, and subscribe. Let's go.